So in this video I want to comment upon or just observe or note a story there that I see in the Irish Times. Obviously it's on other media outlets as well. I presume it's in the Independent and so on. The source of the story isn't that important. It's about teenagers there, up to 200 teenagers and young adults protesting outside a pub in Temple Bar. Allegedly there was an assault of a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old, and there's CCTV footage of some sort of an altercation between security staff looking after the pub or working at the pub and some of these skateboarders. And these skateboarders, young teenagers or adults rather, young adults and teenagers, are claiming that there was an assault on two of their members, a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old, two teenagers, and the live webcam appears to show that. I don't know whether that's the case or not, and I note from the story that the Garda Síochána are investigating the situation, so I'm not going to say anything to prejudice that. But I am fascinated by the fact that there's 200 teenagers and young adults for the second time in a week protesting outside the pub, and all they're looking for is for someone to come out and say sorry. Come out and say sorry. If I was the owner of any business where there was 200 teenagers mounting a protest outside my premises looking for an apology, I'd be taking it very seriously. I'd be taking it seriously to the point of saying to myself, I'm going to have to diffuse this situation, and there must be some validity, there must be some substance to what they're doing, because they're probably not just rocking up here for the second time in a week or 5 days to make a protest. And all they say that they're looking for is an apology. But it remains to be seen what's going to happen. The guards are supposed to be investigating. They are investigating. A protest took place on Thursday night. Another one took place on Saturday night. And according to the protesters, the person who organised the protest, we just want them to come out and apologise, to explain themselves. Skateboarders have gone through enough. They're not into sports, so they take up skating to take their minds off mental health issues, to control their negative energy. But public spaces are not appreciated in this country. They put stoppers at the bottom of ledges to stop us from skateboarding. They build skate parks that have no lights or roofs. These kids don't cause any trouble. The organiser said all they want to do is something positive to do. We get no light shed on skateboarding in this country, etc, etc. That's why we're standing here. We're just a movement of kids. My hat is off to them. I support them. I support them in what they're doing. They're engaging in peaceful protest, and their demands are reasonable. The demand is they just want somebody to come out and say sorry. They want somebody to come along and say this isn't right, this isn't fair, this shouldn't have happened, and they're looking for an apology. And I think it's heartening actually to see young people like that taking the law into their own hands in a peaceful protest. And I hope they get what they look for. I hope they get resolved in terms of some satisfactory resolution. Obviously the Gardaí, if they're investigating, that investigation will take its course. And but I just thought it was noteworthy, and I haven't seen too many protests from groups of young people, especially young adults, especially teenagers and young adults like these skateboarders, and I wish them well. Fair play to them. They have my support anyway.